The second way that I do it is an add-on to the traditional clicker questions, where I'll pose a clicker question. And typically, if I'm trying to get them to understand a new concept, I pose a set of clicker questions in increasing difficulty, starting with ones that are fairly straightforward and more or less follow from what they've heard in class or what they read in lecture or watched on a video the day before. And then I make them harder and harder, and I add new material, or I use the same concept in a new context that they've never heard of. And at some point, this really demands they deeply understand this core concept, and they start getting it wrong if they don't understand that. And at that point, I don't show them how they voted for their clicker question, but I can see that, say, a minority of the students got it right. Then I ask them to think pair share on it. And they discuss it among themselves, they argue, you can hear the whole room explode in conversation, and the students are gesticulating. This is science class, so you can see them, for example, drawing graphs and so on with their hands. And then I just listen for the sound to diminish, and then we have a discussion about the question. And typically, I'll just re-ask the clicker question, and at this point, instead of 30% getting the question right, 80% will get it right. And then they will share why they changed their minds from one question to another, one answer to another, and why they now understand the concept better. And that works out great, because I'll often then ask another very challenging, difficult question on the same concept, and at that point, 95% of the students will get it right. And then I know they really understand it. We can move on to the next idea.